Air Force Base says the noise likely came from a T-38 Talon as it took off for practice takeoffs and landings. Master Sergeant Amanda Savannah says there could have been a sonic boom from a functional check flight. However, it's unlikely due to the altitude of the flight, and it was 40 miles away from Caledonia. Still, no definite answer as to what's causing the boom. Students at the Mississippi University for Women get the all clear and some new safety equipment. Kincannon Hall reopened for residents yesterday afternoon. Columbus Fire and Rescue and MUW staff have been monitoring the air quality in the dorm since Tuesday. They've concluded there are now 0 levels of carbon monoxide. Boilers across campus have been inspected and assessed, and carbon monoxide detectors are now in every residence hall on campus. A review of the carbon monoxide leak incident has found that there was a breakdown in the university's emergency response communications. School officials are looking at ways to improve it. And this week's scare at MUW shines a light on the importance of carbon monoxide detectors. Some areas have fire codes that require homes and businesses to have monoxide detectors, and some don't. But firefighters encourage everyone to have them, regardless if it's required or not. Houston Fire Chief Jonathan Blankenship says they are so important because it's the only way to know if there's the poisonous gas in the air. He also says the size of your home depends on the number of carbon monoxide detectors you need.
If you have 2 stories in your home, you want it on each level. You always want to put those near your bedroom, your sleeping areas, just like you do fire alarms, smoke alarms. If you have any appliance, whether it be a stove, refrigerator, some of those are gas burners, grills, charcoal grills.
Blankenship says having the detectors in older homes are very crucial. He also recommends having your heating systems checked by a qualified technician annually, whether it's electric or gas. Well, this was the scene in Pickens County as a tornado swept through the area 3 months ago. A quarter-mile wide EF2 tornado with winds of 115 miles per hour left a 30-mile path of destruction through Pickens and Fayette counties in Alabama. You can see the tornado moving towards the Palmetto community, leaving behind a trail of damage, including damage to mobile homes, farms, and even at the Palmetto Fire Station. Meteorologist Jacob Dickey visited Palmetto and spoke with firefighters about how the recovery is going.
We had a 25-foot section on the back side of the wall blown out. Probably about a 20-foot section on the end wall, closest to the storm pit. Every door we had was blown in, and we have yet to find one of them. We don't even know where it went to, and so, but we're really fortunate. We're really fortunate there wasn't anybody hurt, but we're fortunate that, you know, we're all going to rebuild, and so, you know, it's all good.
The recovery and cleanup continues as Palmetto gets back on its feet. Well, it is time to get the latest on our morning forecast. Here is meteorologist Alex Puckett. Alex, happy Friday.
Happy Friday, Renee, and happy Friday to all of you out there. Hope you're having a good start to your Friday morning. Radar quiet, no issues as far as rain is concerned this morning. For your morning commute, that's some good news. We may see a little bit of patchy fog develop right now. So far, all of our weather sensors showing visibility is okay, but we'll keep an eye out for any patchy fog that could develop, especially along and east of Highway 45 this morning. Here's the view from downtown Columbus atop our Alpha Insurance Skycam. Still dealing with a little bit of cloud cover, but so far haven't seen any fog here in downtown, so some good news there. Temperature setting in the 40s, up to right around the 50-degree mark area-wide, 50 in West Point, 51 in Macon, 49 in Columbus and in Amory, but we're down to 44 in Tupelo, 43 in Oxford and in Corinth. As we go through the rest of the day, pretty nice out there. Temperature's going to be climbing into the mid-60s as we get into the afternoon. A few clouds here and there, but all in all, a pretty nice day in store for us. Weekend looking nice too, but some changes to our weather as we head into next week. Details on that coming up in a few more minutes. Renee?
All right, Alex, thanks a lot. For the update. Your time now is 4:35. Neither the president nor the White House is offering a definitive answer on whether reports are true that Secretary of State Rex Tillerson is going to lose his job in the coming weeks. The president and Tillerson met Thursday on routine business and are set to meet again today. Hannah Doba has more.
President Trump and Secretary of State Rex Tillerson are scheduled to meet for lunch today. Yesterday, Mr. Trump gave no indication the meeting would have anything to do with reports Tillerson is about to lose his job.
He's here. Rex is here.
CBS News has confirmed the White House has drafted and is circulating a plan for Tillerson's exit, replacing him with current CIA Director Mike Pompeo. White House spokesperson Sarah Sanders, when pressed on it, also refused to give a simple yes or no answer on Tillerson's future.
When the president loses confidence in someone, they will no longer serve in the capacity that they're in.
The news follows months of growing tension between Tillerson and the president. Among the most high-profile disagreements, North Korea. Shortly after Tillerson announced the U.S. was in diplomatic contact with Pyongyang, Mr. Trump tweeted, quote, "He is wasting his time." There's also the report that in July, Tillerson called the president a moron in front of a group of officials. Still, the State Department insists Tillerson is continuing with business as usual.
He kind of, brushed this off today. He's heard these kinds of stories before.
The State Department says White House Chief of Staff John Kelly called Tillerson's Chief of Staff Thursday and told her, quote, "The rumors are not true." Though several well-placed sources tell CBS Kelly has signed off on Tillerson's exit plan.
Now, if this shuffling does happen, that would leave an opening for CIA Director. Republican Senator Tom Cotton of Arkansas would likely be offered that position. Well, back in our area, a ruling by the Attorney General could lead to an empty seat on the Aberdeen Board of Aldermen. You may remember last month, aldermen voted to suspend Cloyd Garth Jr.'s pay after learning he's the new interim superintendent of schools in Hazelhurst. The ruling says there's a conflict because you can't hold a legislative and executive branch position of government, even if they're in different jurisdictions. Garth has indicated that he has no intentions of resigning from the board. Pontotoc residents will soon decide whether to fund an $11.75 million bond issue, that is, for school improvements. Last night, residents attended a public hearing to get the details of the special election that will take place on December 19th. Superintendent Dr. Michelle Bevins says the money will cover projects at every one of the district's campuses to deal with infrastructure improvements, including heating and air conditioning and sewer and electrical upgrades. She says it's about improving the education process for the children.
Because we believe that our students deserve the best of everything, and they give us their best every day, and we're just asking to be able to do that for them too.
Bevin says if passed, the measure would cost property owners about 50 cents a day more on their tax bills. That's an average of between $150 and $300 a year. Well, still to come, Alex Puckett will have a full look at our Friday forecast. But first, Mississippi State unveils its newest and unique library exhibit. We'll take you there after the break.